Hi, and welcome to ThreatTraq Essentials. We're going to take a look at some of the everyday cybersecurity lessons we can learn from this week's ThreatTraq stories. John Markley is here with me this week. How you doing, John?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Let's begin. Let's talk about the story that Stan brought to us. As I understand it, yet more problems with home routers, vulnerabilities. Tell me about it.
So there is a product from K-Codes called NetUSB, which has a vulnerability that could allow for remote command execution. And this is pretty prevalent in a lot of small and home type routers in the smaller markets. So it's something that it's pretty prevalent, or could be pretty prevalent.
Well, we know remote code execution, not a good thing.
Not
someone to take over everything, right?
Yeah.
So how can people protect themselves from something like this?
It boils down to a couple things, of course. Vigilance is always what's running on your network is always a good thing to know. But the real key here is preaching to the choir, probably, is that upgrade. Keep your devices, all your devices, whether it be your routers, your phones, your computers, at the latest versions, because they're going to patch this, or if they haven't already patched it.
Great advice as always. Always keep those updates going. Let's talk about your story, which was about a bug in Apple HomeKit. First, what is Apple HomeKit? I don't think everyone's really familiar with what that is.
So we think about our home, I guess, Internet of Things, our home devices that we have, our refrigerators, our garage door openers. And so there's this ecosystem that can be created where you can control everything from a central spot. And that's HomeKit is the way it gets done in the Apple world. And there's other options and there's other tools and Apple has this HomeKit API that vendors and developers can use to integrate and to work with these devices and make sure that they're all cohesive. So there's a problem that can happen, of course, is if somebody gains access to that network, and in this particular case, they can rename one of those devices. So typically you'd say, hey, garage door opener, or home fan or light. And what they've done is they could name one of these devices something very, very long, which causes your Apple phone to crash.
How do you keep that from happening?
Right now, there is no update from Apple. So the best solution right now is don't let somebody on your network that has control over the device names, you control them yourself. And also, like, if you're somewhere and you see, hey, I'm connecting to a network, make sure it's a valid network. If you think it's your home network and it's not, just be aware of it, because the issue can cause the phone to be unresponsive.
Okay, let's talk about Mike's story about how some antivirus software may be introducing users to the wonderful or not so wonderful world of crypto mining.
Yeah, and it was a fascinating discussion. It's one I hadn't actually even looked into very hard myself. And essentially, what is occurring is that there's a lot of free antivirus software. I shouldn't say a lot. There's some good ones and some bad ones, but there's a good handful of ones that are really good. And what one of these has done is implement almost a mechanism to gain back some of their money by having a feature to do crypto mining on your computer that they can then take a fee out of. But, and you think about something like that as beneficial to you, but in the end, it's probably not.
So what do you do about it? Where did your discussion lead?
Yeah, well, it's a challenge, right? Because it's free. A lot of things you want to do free. And there's not always such a thing as a free lunch, right? But it is probably the best thing you can do is when you install new software, look and see what's running. They're going to ask you a question. Do you want to opt in? Do you want to opt out? And in this particular case, unless you're really, really super think you're going to make some money off of crypto, I would certainly recommend just opting out of any such feature. And that's the way it works today. The model may change. Or I shouldn't say, I said that backwards even, because right now you have to opt in. So it's off by default. So, but in the future, it may go the other way. So just be aware of what's running and make sure that you are interested in whatever feature they're asking you to enable or disable.
Okay, well, thank you very much, John. Thank you, all of you, for watching. To keep up with great cybersecurity advice like this, please like and subscribe below. And if you want to take a deeper look at these stories, click on them and watch them in their entirety. And we'll see you next time.